Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Anecdotal Economist, and we're going to talk about the Trump dump. Let me just say, if you didn't keep a nice big wallet full of C notes, well, you're going to regret it. Now, this would normally be the part of the video where I would step up and do an intro, but I still don't have one, so we're going to skip right over it once again. Now, I want to say with the Trump dump, we just got to pop this chart up really quick. Have a look at gold in the yellow line, and there's this tiny little dip at the very top. Look at that run. Can you really call that a dump? I don't know, but it rhymes with Trump, so I had to go with it. Obviously, Trump has become the president. And let me just say I was being a little facetious. I just wanted to show off a big wad of cash there. But at the end of the day, you don't need to panic, okay? But if you did buy gold right at the top, guess what? You probably have a little bit of buyer's remorse right now. And so I'm very thankful that I'm able to say after the last several videos, I had discipline, I followed my rules, and I did not buy at the top. At least not any gold. The good news is we're already recovering about $40. We are halfway back up after this quote unquote dip. I put out a thing the other day saying, hey, what did that count as a dip? And I might have to put that out again because I don't know, is $100 really a dip after a run like this? Can we really say that gold had a pullback if it's only a $100 pullback? I think it was about a 2% pullback in total. And to put that in perspective, I don't think that's really any different than any other election. I seem to recall in 2016 that Senior Trump, when he won, was in fact the cause of a pullback in gold during the 24 hours, and then things leveled out again. We have to remember that the president did not become the president yet. There's still 2 months to go, and so it's very important to realize that a lot of these knee-jerk reactions tend to recede. We see them in the stock market, we see them in the gold and silver market. So try not to get too caught up in these short-term price swings. Keep in mind, a lot of that is just hype. Now, it's not to say that long-term it couldn't change things, that things couldn't be very different, but he's just one man. Now, it is important to also recognize that there seems to have been a sweep of the government across the board. Very interesting indeed. Copying Salivate Metals there, saying indeed, but it's a good word sometimes. So keep in mind, as you're watching commentators come out and new data is coming out, that a lot of this is probably overreaction. Does that mean it's a good time to buy if the price continues to fall? Maybe. I know if it falls enough, I'll certainly be buying some more. I see this as not a fundamental change. In my opinion, we are not going to see everyone wake up tomorrow and then say, you know what, Trump's president, the dollar's going to be king again, and there's no reason to buy gold or silver. There's not going to be any more debt. Now look, even if he was to be fiscally conservative, okay, the Federal Reserve's probably still going to cut rates, okay? I don't think we get out of recession. I think all the fundamentals are still there at best, you could say, or maybe worse, depending on the way you want things to go, I suppose. You could maybe say that this is a temporary pause, that over the next 4 years, gold will just go flat or maybe go down because everything's just better now that we have a new president. I don't know. Some people may think that way. I am certainly not one to think that is the case, but that is just me. So really the point of this video that I wanted to say is that I think a lot of people get excited and say a lot of things during these election cycles. Now, I've been through quite a few, but I have to be honest, I've really only paid attention for about 4 now. That's about 16 years worth of elections. And so I don't have enough data. I could go back and look up exactly what happened on every 48-hour period in the markets. I'm telling you right now, I have not done that. Maybe that's what you expect me to do as a YouTuber, but it just isn't the case. I have not gone back in time and looked closely. So I'm only going off recent data that I can recall and look up easily. And plain and simple, almost always the market moves during the elections are dissipated in a short period of time. Not saying things haven't changed, they just haven't changed yet. So with that, I think it's time to do a review, and if you haven't figured it out, I'm very excited about this review. I've got a 2-ounce fenrir coin, and check out, from the Germania B series, the quantity. This is number 808 of 999. This is a hyper rare coin. I think these are fairly well known considering how small it is. Now, of course, there's 2 other versions. There's one that they have, I believe, 10,000 of. It's the double, and then there's also one that's 25,000. I already did a review on the 25,000. I highly recommend you check out that video. If someone reminds me, I will put it in the description or reply in a comment, but it does come with the same certificate of authenticity, but look at, they actually printed color on it, which I've never seen them do on another series. So that in and of itself is kind of cool. Let's set that aside. What we want to see is the meat and potatoes. Let's get this out of the way. And guys, this is gonna be very exciting. If you've never heard of this, let me tell you, this is, to me, one of the absolute most cool coins of all time. So for the big unveil, I wanna say, why did I purchase this coin? Some of you may remember in my previous video, I said, I don't know if they're making anymore. See, the first one was the snake, came out in 2020. Then the fenrir coin, this one here, came out in 2022. And I was expecting the next release to be in 2023. But it is in fact confirmed. I got in touch with the Germania Mint, spoke to them directly. They confirmed that in 2025, they will be releasing the third of the Germania Beast series. Now that's very important to know if you're trying to do what I'm doing, which is collect these. I got this at a very good price. I suspect because a lot of people like me thought maybe they weren't going to do another series, and they said to themselves, hey, I guess I better sell this now while the selling is good because they're not producing anymore. They missed the third one, but they are in fact coming out with another one. I'm very curious to see what it's going to be. My suspicion is a hippogriff. That's what I think. I don't know. But enough of that. Let me just say I'm fantastic. I'm very pleased with what I paid for this coin. I got it about 50% off. So even despite the fact that silver has gone up and premiums maybe are going up, this collector premium went down by over 50%. Okay, now I still paid way more than the price of silver would seem to be worth, but I think it was a good time to buy. I think if you're interested in the Germania Beast series, now is the time. Not saying you're gonna make money, I'm just saying when the next one comes out, these are gonna be hard to get, just like the Fafnir was before. I have a very strong suspicion about that. And yeah, I would say check it out. Now, I'm just gonna talk about the capsule really quick. This is a ultra high relief coin. It does have the standard Germania magnifying glass top, so it kind of deceives you with the way it looks there. But it's a very, very thick coin. And one comment I wanna make, I'm a little disappointed, the capsule does not actually fit this coin perfectly. There's a bit of a gap in there. One way that they could have fixed that very easily is just to order some basic gaskets just to sit in there, just to kind of clean it up and make it seem legit. That'd probably also help it fit better inside there. So Germania Mint, if you're listening, maybe I'll tag you. You should try to fix that. But the bonus side of it is it does make it slightly easier to get out of the capsule. I'm gonna go ahead and use my knife to just gently open this because we are on a video. I've got to show you guys. I got to go all the way and show you guys this coin. I really think you're going to enjoy watching it. Even for people who aren't really into collecting, they're more of just the classical stackers. I promise you, if you don't like this coin, it just means you don't like art, plain and simple. So there we are. Let's take a look at this thing. Wow, absolutely incredible. There's one more thing before I show you guys this coin that some of you may have picked up on. There is in here a flashlight, never before opened. You can see this was marked 808. My guess is that's by the Germania Mint to keep track. I'm sure they have some duds along the way. So this is a flashlight, never before opened in its original packaging, Germania Mint branded. Going to look very nice on display in my house. And we'll show you what that's for in a minute, but that comes with these coins. When you spend money, you get a lot more than just the silver. You get the colorization, you get some other things I'm gonna show you, you get the stand, you get the experience of the unboxing, which I try to share with you guys. And so I felt it was good value at this point in time. Look at that fenrir, just the dripping, angry fangs. Very, very cool. Just the shine on that is amazing, but the relief especially, it's very hard, of course, to get this on camera, but it is just a deep, deep relief coin. And I will show you the back as well. Let's go ahead and put a glove on. Okay, so this is interesting too. The capsule fit is perfect on the diameter, not on the width, but look at this. It does not fall out. You almost have to pry it out. A little nervous. Okay, I was able to get it. Before I show you that, let's just show you it is a numbered reeded edge coin, 808. And look, you can read it both ways because it's 808. That's actually a really cool number to have, 808. Very cool stamped in there. So a little bit more of a feel that it's legitimate. One other thing I'm gonna notice is if you look at the fur, it almost looks colorized, but I think it's just because it's such a high relief print. It gives you this sort of antique finish, and it's like shadows are in between the fur, and that I think that just comes from the high relief. I don't think there's any coloring on the wolf itself. Of course, you've got your Germania Mint mark. Very well done. I'll also point out that the relief of the chain itself is also higher than the original. It's very, very well done. Very, very cool coin. And so now we've really got to get into this. I've got to show you Just gently gonna put this in here. I really don't wanna hurt this coin, but I do wanna do a good job showing it to you guys. Now this is gonna be the piece de resistance. I'm gonna go flip the light and I'm gonna show you what we're talking about. So here we are, we're gonna take our flashlight and watch the magic. This is what you get when you pay way too much for 2 ounces of silver. We get a little bit of a sunrise effect. This is a UV light and it is changing the color from purple to this beautiful red. You can see the eye is lighting up. Just an incredible coin. I really want to get the Fafnir as well. Long-term goal would be to get the Fafnir, but man, that is so cool. Again, look at the chains, how they just stick out. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. And notice that the eye, I'm not sure what they've painted on there, but it's staying glowing even after, right? So it's actually capturing that light. And if I was to go pitch black, I'm sure it would look very cool. Just this sort of floating eye. One more time on the front, just look at that effect as the flashlight just paints it that beautiful red color. Very cool, very cool. I gotta paint a car that color one day. I'll show you guys the back quickly. Again, trying to be very careful with this coin. Hopefully, whatever they've put on there is a very robust coloring so that doesn't get scratched. I'm doing my best, but it always makes me nervous with plastic. I also want to point out that Germania coin, or Germania symbol is changing as well. One thing I think would have been cool is if they could have done maybe a different color on the Germania seal, just to top it up. Now, I'd give this coin a 10 out of 10, but if they wanted to crank it up to 11, right, little details like that would be cool. But I do understand, you know, maybe if the Germania seal turned yellow or a gold color, would have been really neat. But again, the fur and the relief, just incredible. Just a very, very well done coin. There's a reason I'm collecting this series, and it's because I'm absolutely happy to look at this coin every day in my collection for the rest of time. No need to sell it. No need to worry about the resale value. Just absolutely staggering. I'm not a big fan of purple, and I'm honestly not even a big fan of the mythology that they're following here. But I still think it's cool. It's you know, stories have always been interesting. Now, one comment I will make is you do need to watch out for dust with these. Right? You can see that the blue light picks up the dust. And so that's why you've got to have, if you're going to keep this on display, you've got to have nearby something like this to just quickly brush the dust off of things, keep your capsules clean. But yeah, you know, all in all, 10 out of 10 on this coin. Like I said, the only real critiques I have, the capsule is not the right depth. So it does worry me that it's going to damage it. I'm not exactly sure where it's making contact, but it's got to be somewhere on that wolf, so I don't want to push too hard. Again, if they just had a little gasket in there or something, it might make me feel a little bit better. But all in all, geez, I'm going to wreck my flashlight. Got to be careful. A lot of money on the line here, guys. A lot of money on the line, but, you know, very cool coin. You'll notice they've done sort of this themed wood frame. You've also got the theme built into the plaque as well. So, you know, you can take your flashlight and shine it on there anytime you want. Just keep that on display. They made it a very sleek and nice looking flashlight. I really feel like they put some time into it. It's just this nice sleek tube. They could have just as easily put in a cheap junky light. I'm sure this didn't cost them a lot, but they, you know, they didn't go for the absolute cheapest thing money can buy. It is rechargeable as well. So very pleased with this coin. I will just show you the back of the plaque just to be thorough. Nothing too special. It's just the back, but you can see the fenrir. Now, the one downside of this, is you only get one coin. You don't get the two wolves. So I'm probably going to get a special stand and put my two wolves below, and I'll try to complete the series with all of the different types. But really and truly, I can't complain. I just think this coin is absolutely fantastic. I'm very happy to add it to my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. That has been my 2 ounces worth, literally my 2 ounces today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave a comment, you don't know what to say, today's keyword will be wolf. Thank you all for the subscriptions and the thumbs up. We have passed, I believe, at the time of this video, we've passed 2,024 subscriptions, which was the next milestone because, of course, it is the year 2024. So looking forward to the next one after that. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, I'm pulling for you, and we're all in this together.
Kilogram, you're the dragon, you're the rabbit.
Okay, let's look at the money side now. Watch as I pull this bad boy out of here. Absolutely stunning once you get it out of the case. Feeling the weight of this in my hand. Oh, that's such a good feeling.
I never had enough gold.